What is up, you guys? It is Serenity here, and today I have such an exciting video for you guys, and I really hope that you guys are interested in it because it's something definitely different to start off in this channel, but I'm so interested in it and I so stand for it. So I just thought today we would have a conversation about a certain conspiracy theory, and this is going to be the first of many conspiracy theories. This isn't like the only conspiracy theory that I'm interested in. I'm interested in a lot of conspiracy theories actually, because conspiracy theories, they're just interesting, and even if they may not be real or maybe if they're far-fetched, like I really just think conspiracy theories are so interesting. And today the conspiracy theory that we are going to be discussing is the Mandela Effect. The Mandela Effect. So how did I even find the Mandela Effect? I think I just found it through my sister. She just like brought it up to me one day because she had been like either reading something or like watching a YouTube video, because there's like a lot of YouTubers that make conspiracy theory videos. Shane Dawson being one of them, and he makes amazing conspiracy theory videos. So if you haven't watched his videos, which I know if you look at conspiracy theories, like that's probably the only person you've seen. So definitely watch his videos because they're so interesting. He's so funny. But today, yes, the Mandela Effect. The Mandela Effect. We're going to talk about what it is. We're going to talk about just a few. There's so many different beliefs of the Mandela Effect and like theories and like people's like thoughts on the Mandela Effect that like I only wrote down a few. And I'm definitely going to make a part 2 video on this because I just started really researching into it. So I'm definitely not even to the beginning of like researching the Mandela Effect because it is just so mind-boggling. Like, alright, we're just gonna get into the video. Alright, I have my iPad here. Well, actually, since I'm not on my iPad, I just cannot seem to find mine. I lose everything, I feel like, lately, and I've somehow miraculously lost a whole lot of it. So, the first one that I'm going to start off with just kind of explains what the Mandela Effect is, how it came about, and just like kind of where it came from, like the origin of the Mandela Effect. Are you ready? I don't think you're even ready. Like, you're probably not ready, because I wasn't even ready when I heard about this Mandela Effect. Okay, let me just stop talking and get into it. Alright, so it all starts out basically with the death of Nelson Mandela, which he was a president of South Africa apparently, and he was really popular, very well known, but he was known by some to have died in prison in the 80s, right? So like there's literally people that have vivid memories of like seeing it on the news, like seeing like the funeral, the ceremony, people even having like upward riots in South Africa, like in his death in the morning and things like that. So people literally swear up and down they've seen these things, right? Okay, so now suddenly, well not suddenly, but in 2013 it was declared that he died December 5th, 2013. So that's basically what the Mandela Effect is. It's when people remember something a certain way, but then it's really just not even that way. It was never that way, even though they specifically remember it being that way. So then what people believe that this happens and why it happens is that we live in these this is where I kind of get confused. This is where I need to do a little bit more research on. So if my facts are not correct 100%, you know, do your research, boo. Always gotta do your research, but I'm not done yet. So, like people believe basically that we live in like this time period where like a parallel universe will shift, or things will just change and we'll go to like an altered universe. So like Nelson Mandela died in the 80s, and then something happened, like let's say like the world ending or something, like how people believe the world was going to end in like 2011, 2012, something like that. If that were to happen, and then all of a sudden in 2013 Nelson Mandela died again in 2013. So that's kind of like how, as if something will repeat itself, or just something will like get deleted from time and then changed. So that's basically the one that kicked off many people like just commenting on different articles saying, well, now that we're thinking about Nelson Mandela dying, there's also all these other things that are now different when people believe that they were a certain way, and it's just so crazy when you get into it. But the ones that I found the most interesting to me, and start off with one that's kind of weird. One that was kind of just like, no. So it's like Oscar Mayer. Like if I say Oscar Mayer, you guys know, let's just picture that word in your head. Picture how you think it's spelled or how you remember it, because maybe you do really only remember it the way that it is now, right? So many people believe that it was Oscar Mayer. It's Mayer spelled M-E-Y-E-R, with an E, not an A, right? But apparently it's never been that way. It was never an E. There was never like an Oscar Mayer with an E ever. It was always Oscar Mayer. So like with an A. So that's what it is now. And I don't know if I remember it being Oscar Mayer with an E, but I do just remember, and they even specifically say it when they were like talking about this conspiracy, or like this Mandela Effect, was the little theme song that they had for it. It's like, my baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-E-Y-E-R. And I remember it being M-E-Y-E-R, or maybe it is M-A-Y-E-R. So like, I don't really know, but it just like bends your brain, because you really just don't know how, if you're really just remembering it wrong, like a false memory type of thing. But then there's all these other people that remember it that way too. So then you're like, okay, like if we all remember it this way, then like, why is it not this way? Like, why has it changed? What happened? And then like companies will swear up and down that it was never that way. The next one that I have, which is really probably going, if you don't know anything about this might seriously like bend your brain a little bit, but bear with me, okay? So it's the song We Are the Champions, right? Everyone should know the song. If you don't know the song, go look it up, because you're clearly lost. And like everyone knows the song ending. There's no time for losers, because we are the champions. And there's like a pause of the world. Am I right? Am I right? Like, I vividly remember hearing this song and hearing that part of the song, or even hearing it in a class, like, and then it being that way. And okay, so you think it's that way, right? You stand by it, right? You think it's that way? It's not that way. It's not. Of the world was never there. The writers of the song and the people of the song, and if you go back and watch the video, like, miraculously of the song, Of the World is not there. Try looking for it, it's not there. I know there has to be someone that has found some type of proof of this. There has to be. I just haven't gotten that deep into the research yet, but I will, because I know for a fact, and I am not the only one, that people 100%, like, they swear by the fact that they remember Of the World being that song, and so do I. And if you agree, put it down below, comment it, because it is, like, it was there. So I don't know. That's another one where I'm just like, so why is it now not that way? Like, why did someone want to change that? Or is it really true that we're just switching up these parallel universes all the time? Like, it can't be that way, but then you're seeing these things, and then what else are you supposed to think? Like, they're just changing it and just lying about it? For what? I don't know. Like, I really don't know. So then another one, and if you watch this show, you know for a fact that this show was this way. So, Sex in the City. Sex in the City. Sex in the City. That is always how it's been. I remember being a kid, seeing it on TV, and it being Sex in the City, and I never used to be able to watch the show. So I would just change the channel, turn that off. It was always Sex in the City. No, it was never Sex in the City. It's Sex and the City. Sex and the City. Sex and the City. Like, what? So then I did a little bit of extra research into this one, because I was seriously, I couldn't believe that, because I remember it being Sex and the City, but I honestly hadn't looked at that show's name in so many years that, like, you do start to second guess yourself, maybe like, I really just remembered it the wrong way. I don't know. Then I looked up and I saw this picture, and it's a picture of like a very old like perfume, or like, I don't know, some type of packaging from Sex in the City, and it says Sex in the City. But then the company swears up and down that that's just like what, so that picture's just false. They have no comment on the picture, nothing. What is that? Sex in the City? Sex in the City, explain what that is then, because I'm highly confused. How do you have items that were once bought that say one thing, but it was never that way? That's where my brain just kind of gets like, the next one, it tore me apart. Tore me to bits, because this is one of my favorite candies, and if you already probably know where I'm going if you know candy. Like, okay, Kit Kat had a dash. I don't care what anyone says. Kit Kat was my favorite candy as a kid. It's still my favorite candy now, and now it has no dash. There was never a dash. It was never Kit Kat. It was Kit Kat. Like, that doesn't even sound separate anymore. Like, it doesn't even sound right. Listen to how that sounds. Like, ridiculous. And the company swears up and down there was never a dash in Kit Kat. They never had a dash in Kit Kat. Like, any like articles or pictures or documents, like if you even try to search it up on Google, Kit Kats like from like the 90s, 80s, no pictures of them, because they all say Kit Kat with no dash. I swear, I tried to look it up. And then the ones that do, the company has no comment on. They're not, like, it's as if like they don't believe they're real, like they were just made up or something. I just don't understand. And like I went to like go look at my Kit Kat bar one day, like the minute that I found it out, I was like, no. It's like I didn't even notice that it was gone until I saw like the video of someone saying that Kit Kat doesn't have a dash. When it did have a dash, I'm just like, it's real, like or there's something to it. Like if it's not real and like the theories behind it aren't obviously factual, and like I don't know, like it obviously doesn't make sense for there to be like parallel universes switching over and stuff. Why else are these things happening? Like someone needs to explain it because it doesn't make sense. And then like the last one that's just kind of like not that significant to me, but like I literally just recently figured out like 2 days ago, or thought about 2 days ago, is like how I remember seeing Pikachu, right? I remember Pikachu having like that black tip that he like now miraculously has in his tail. I do not remember that. So then when I had seen it on like a conspiracy theory or about the Mandela Effect, I was like, oh my god, because I really don't remember it having that black tip, and now the company swears, and the creators of Pikachu and like that like characters swear up and down that there was always a black tip. So I mean, if you guys remember it that way, maybe I'm wrong. So I mean, I didn't watch the show that like actively, but I did remember like I had a love for the show. Like I definitely watched it when I was a kid, and I do not remember there being black tip. I don't know. So like, what do you guys think of the Mandela Effect? Like, do you guys think that these things are plausible, or if people are really just like masses of people? It'd be different if it was just like a group of like 5 people thinking this. Like it's masses of people in like different parts of the world believing in this and finding like there's so many, like that's only the tip of the iceberg. Like this will send you into a pool of hours of miserable research that's just so interesting that you just cannot stop, because that's literally what happened to me. I like could not even sleep because I was just thinking about the Mandela Effect, researching it, like looking into new things. Like there's one that is definitely gonna be my part 2, and that's Lindsay Lohan had a twin. And think about it. Think about it. Think about it. The Parent Trap, think about it. I don't know. Guys, like it just creeps me out so hard, but like it's so interesting. That's gonna wrap up today's video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love this topic. I'm definitely gonna be making more videos on it. I just hope you guys are gonna have a very good, positive day following this video, even though I know it's kind of like a darker topic, a little bit of a creepier topic. I hope that your day is still amazing, and that you're keeping the positive vibes in your life and spreading them to everyone else. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you didn't, and go ahead and subscribe below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
Oh, please. Please. I grew up on that girl. Like, we lying to.